Hello, you guys. Tyler and his family has been coming nearly every year to the same cabin getaway during the summer since he was a little boy. And I don't know if you guys know anything about this area, but they call it the Vegas of the Midwest, or like a second Vegas. There is a little strip in town that just has all of these super fun excursion experiences, perfect for family and for little kids. They have tons of stuff to do and watch and see. And so I think this would be a great getaway for a family. Tyler and I didn't go into this town too often. We tried to just keep it very simple, relax, be by the lake itself, and then go out as needed. This is the cabin that we were staying at. It was decked out for the Christmas season. We went over New Year's, but they still had their stuff up. And I would highly recommend. The two people who run it is a couple, a man and a woman, and they knew Tyler by name. They recognized him and were sharing with me all of these really sweet memories of his family that they knew from over the years. They were super friendly and very family oriented, and so I would highly recommend coming here and meeting them. They are such a lovely couple. In the cabins, they were very simple, very cabin feeling, which was exactly what I wanted. Here I give a little tour of the cabin. Again, not anything too super special. Tyler kept saying after sitting by the water for a little and just decompressing, we were obviously really hungry from a full day of travel. So the very first thing that we wanted to do was just go out and get a quick bite to eat. We weren't looking for anything too special, but given the the lake vibe. We were craving seafood. So we went and we got a delicious dinner. They had amazing happy hour deals because it was a Thursday, the day we got there. And funny story, you guys, I actually took a to-go box and then I forgot it there at the table because we got talking to another couple who was coming in. So that was a funny little story. And then when we got back from dinner, we decided to go back and sit on the lake at nighttime and just be in such the peaceful, serene landscape. We had a really great conversation. We just spent time with each other, and it was honestly the perfect way to kick off our little getaway. So the next day, there was a breakfast place that we wanted to try out that was a cafe on the lake, but we showed up and they weren't open. They were closed for the season, which is understandable. We were kind of expecting it, but we decided to stop by and see if it was open, which it was not. So we just looked around because Tyler really wanted to just show me like how cool the cafe was, and we got to talking to one of the owners there, which was really lovely. But we did have to go to a different place for actual breakfast. Missouri, and we are at Table Rock Lake in the Indian Point area, also known as like the Ozarks area if you're familiar. We just got here yesterday, and so we just took a little bit of time yesterday to settle in. We just went out to a very quick casual dinner, and then we just hung out back at the cabin all night. We sat in the water. It was really beautiful. So today we are going shopping, which I am so excited for. But first, we wanted to go out to breakfast. We wanted to go to this cute little cafe right on the lake. It was called the Floating Cafe. But they are closed for the season. So we went to just check it out, see if they were open. They weren't, which we didn't think they would be, but we wanted to see anyways. And now we are at our second choice, but I'm really excited because it's like the cutest little diner. There is a little bit of a wait. It is pretty busy, but that's okay because that just means that, you know, it's gonna be so good. And they gave us some coffee while we wait. It's only about a 20-minute wait, so it's not too bad. But after that, we're gonna go in town, and I'm so excited. Tyler's family has a close friend that they grew up with who was also going down every year to the lake, and they would often spend time together throughout the summer on the lake and just bonding with their families. And they have a lake house down there, so we decided to stop by and get a little tour because they've put in a lot of work over the years that we haven't seen, and obviously I've never been there before. I couldn't exactly film their house because that's private, but I did want to include it because it was such a touching piece of our trip and we wanted to make sure to visit them while we were down there. And then after that, we were off to the shops. This was the part of the trip that I was looking forward to the most, obviously. Tyler had hyped up this specific store that is all Victorian themed. And so that was our first stop. I didn't want to go anywhere until I went there because I was so excited. And you guys, it was so beautiful. All of the shops. I ended up getting a really sweet pearl necklace, earring, and bracelet duo that I ended up wearing to dinner later in the trip. And I was just so thrilled to be able to finally see the store that I was looking forward to for so long. They also had a really sweet matching coffee shop cafe right next door where they sold pastries and coffee and tea and some tea sets as well. And I was so close to getting one of these saucer and teacup duos, but they didn't have one that really stood out to me, and I really just wanted the box too. So that's something that I'm just gonna have to look for somewhere else. They had a really beautiful quilt store where they had even hand sewn quilts from the Amish neighboring communities, and they honestly were very reasonably priced. So maybe in our next house, we would make sure to get one of those for our bedding. And then we, of course, had to stop by the antique store in the town, and they had so much good stuff. Oh my gosh, I wanted to take home so much so bad. But as you guys know, I'm trying to reel myself back and save my money. So as much as I wanted all of these different dishware sets and kitchen decor and vintage purses and jewelry, I had to refrain and show some self-control, which was really hard, but I still liked to go and look at all the stuff. for the For our final day, we stopped and got some coffee first thing in the morning, and then we were going to barbecue and the spa. And I really loved this cafe because all of the profits went to the local community. So it was for a really good cause. And the lady at the front desk was so funny. She was going through all of like her favorite items from the menu and talking to me about my taste. And she picked out this really delicious s'mores style latte. Highly recommend. It was so good. Even Tyler liked it, and he's not a coffee person. And I also picked up this birthday cake themed tea bag for my friend. All right, you guys, it is our last full day. Tomorrow we will be leaving to go back to Iowa. But we have quite a few things planned for the day. I got my coffee. It is so good. It was like a toasted marshmallow s'mores flavored coffee at the local coffee place. And we're waiting to go into barbecue for a really quick lunch before we go to massages. This is the part that I was most excited for. This was the one that I planned. So we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna go and do a couples massage at a really nice resort hotel in the area. And then really quickly we have to stop back, get ready for dinner, and then go for dinner. booked us for couples massages. And this is actually at a hotel. So you could stay at the hotel and then buy their spa packages while you stay there, or you could do them separately. We weren't staying at the hotel, but I definitely wanted to stop by and get couples massages just to kind of bring together all of that relaxing rejuvenation and then go into the new year nice and fresh and calm and peaceful. And so the only thing is, this part isn't exactly Branson themed, but we stopped at Walmart just to pick up some grocery items, and look how freaking cute these Wizard of Oz dolls are. Oh my gosh, I've never seen these before, but it was just at the local Walmart and I wanted to get them so bad. And we saw these adorable deer, there's like a whole family of them. So of course we had to stop and say hello. And for dinner that night, we had reservations at the Big Creek Lodge, I believe it's called. It's from the owner of Bass Pro Shops. So Most of the museum was dedicated to the Native American tribes, and then towards the end of the museum, it kind of transitioned more into colonial America with the afterwards, they had a little Bass Pro Shop gift store, which was really funny too. Then it was time for our dinner. Tyler and I went and got a cheeky drink before our table was ready at their Buffalo bar. And when we got seated, I ordered a really delicious kale and arugula salad and the elk soup. And then Tyler got whatever Tyler always gets. Just kidding. He got seafood ravioli, I believe. For our golf cart experience ride. It was freezing outside, so I was so glad that they had the golf carts covered, and then they had a radio inside the golf carts that were walking you through these stories of like ancient America and the Ice Age and kind of coming together in a winter solstice theme. They had stops along the way for drinks. We got hot chocolates, and it was just such a beautiful way to end the night. That was our last night, and so the next morning all we did was just pack up and check out and drive back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you end up going to Branson, Missouri, I would highly recommend checking out some of these stops, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye!